Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Aaron Fox's first signature shoe with Under Armour's Curry brand, the Fox 1. If you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to purchase a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link down in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, so that would be very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Fox 1 features this full flow outsole, and this is actually the exact same midsole and traction from the Curry 1 Flowtro. Kind of disappointing. I would have liked for Curry brand or Under Armour, whatever you want to call it, to have basically come up with like their own design for the Fox 1, but it is what it is. And the cool thing about this is it is dyed. Like, we do have a full blue flow foam midsole. The bad news is it's flow. So if you all have played in any shoes from the Curry brand or Under Armour line that have featured flow, you pretty much know what you're gonna get. And what that is on clean courts, you're gonna have very, very good traction. On those clean courts, the traction is like scary good. It's like you're gonna hurt yourself type of good. You're gonna have like an instant, super hard bite. Traction performance on those clean courts is phenomenal. However, once dust comes into play, and I mean any type of dust, this thing just ends up suffering a lot. This foam outsole does attract a lot of dust, and it just picks up dust. You're gonna have to constantly wipe. And even when you constantly wipe, honestly, the traction is very hit or miss. Sometimes you might have like a somewhat decent stop where you slide a little bit. Sometimes you're gonna have a terrible stop and you're just gonna slide out a lot. Even like completely sliding out, which has happened to me in this shoe and other previous, models that have full length flow. So yeah, I mean, flow just for the average person, I would say it's definitely not great. Most of us are playing on, average dusty to really dusty courts at our local gyms like 24 Hour Fitness, LA Fitness, so on and so forth. So yeah, I mean, the flow, although it is good on clean courts, for most of us, we're probably not going to get the best traction out of this setup. So moving on to the cushion, same deal. This is full length flow, and flow is a very, I would say, guard-centric, guard-focused foam midsole setup. This thing is very responsive. You feel very low to the ground. When the traction is good, you do feel very quick and shifty. So that's great. However, because of that, overall, I would say this midsole setup is very firm, so it doesn't have a lot of impact protection. It doesn't provide much bounce. I will say in the heel, you do get like a little bit of compression and a very small amount of impact protection. But up in the forefoot, you pretty much get none of that. It is just straight up full like responsiveness. You feel very low to the ground, like I've already mentioned. So the flow setup is definitely not for bigger people unless you don't mind not having a lot of impact protection. Maybe you're bigger, but you also like to feel very quick on your feet. But yeah, I mean, for me, this setup is fine, but I would prefer, something a little bit more comfortable than this flow setup. So yeah, if you played in any of the shoes with flow in the past, this is gonna feel pretty much exactly the same. So moving on to the materials, the Fox 1 primarily features this mesh material, and the mesh doesn't feel bad. It's actually kind of soft and it conforms to your foot very nicely. On top of that, you do have like these other layers of like basically fused, but with like a felt material on top of it, just for that added durability. So like around the toe box, you are protected against like toe drags. You do have like some fuse over here as well. And yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much this entire mesh upper. Towards the back, you do have like this synthetic leather. Moving towards the tongue, you do have like a regular mesh tongue. I would say that the tongue is adequately padded, so if you do like to crank down the laces, you won't really feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is nice. The Fox 1 does feature this textile strap as well. The strap, honestly, in my opinion, doesn't really do too much for performance, but I do think it looks kind of cool, and I'm not sure if this is like a foxtail or something. But yeah, it's kind of a cool design. But yeah, as far as materials go, I think the material usage on here is fine. It gets the job done in terms of the performance, just fine as well. So definitely like nothing too special going on with the materials on the shoe, but it is still a very solid setup. So moving on to the fit, the Fox 1 does run true to size. I do think it's just slightly snug lengthwise, but I think you should still be good going true to size. As a slightly wide footer, I went true to size and I felt fine. If you have really wide feet, you may want to go up a half size, but the materials will break in over time, so just keep that in mind. But outside of that, I thought the fit was really good. The materials lie very nicely over the foot. You do have this half booty upper, which gives you as close of a one-to-one fit as possible without it being like that sock-like fit. And then obviously you do have the strap, which, personally I said it really doesn't do anything to enhance the fit or support or anything. So yeah, I mean, overall the fit in here is good. Just watch out, it is slightly snug. So if you have like longer toes or something, maybe go up a half size too. But I think everyone for the most part should be good going true to size. Just watch out if you do have long toes or you have really wide feet. So moving on to the support. I thought the support in the Fox 1 was actually really good. You do have this external heel counter. It does, provide a lot of heel containment. You have some like decent sculpting in the heel as well. So yeah, as far as the heel lockdown goes, I didn't have any issues there. I didn't have any heel slippage, any side-to-side movement. The heel containment was very, very good. As far as the side-to-side movement goes on the footbed, I thought these materials do a great job of making sure your foot is nice and planted so you're not sliding around anywhere. I guess you could say the strap kind of helps there too, but I don't really think it does too much in terms of the support of the shoe. I really do think it is just more of an aesthetic piece more than anything. Moving on to those hard lateral movements, you're going to be covered there as well. This is a fairly wide base and the foam does protrude out a little bit right here to form an outrigger. And as far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, you're going to be covered there as well. This is very, very stiff and rigid. You do have an internal shank in here, so you're going to be covered on that front. Honestly, the Fox 1, I don't think it has like anything special in terms of its support features, but it does have an overall very good support system in the shoe. So the Fox 1 retails for, I believe, $120. And for $120, I mean, I would say that is a solid price point for the shoe. Me personally, I will not play with anything that has full-length flow, just because it does not play well on the courts that I normally play on. Maybe if I ever have access to like a super clean court, or if like, the people, the custodians clean the basketball court and I play on it right after they clean it, sure, maybe I would play in this because then I would actually have some traction. But most of the times it's dusty and this thing just does not perform well on dust. So this is just something that would not be in my rotation. But I will say, if you do like playing in shoes with full length flow, go for it. Like, I do think this is a great performer. Outside of the traction issue. Everything else is good on this shoe. I mean, obviously, I wish it did have a little bit more special cushion. Flow is just a very dead feeling cushion to me. And I'd much prefer something like Boom or Zoom or, something like that, Light Boost even. So yeah, I mean, it's a great performer, don't get me wrong, if you are playing on your clean courts. But if you're not, you're probably not gonna have the best time. But if you are like a Curry fan or Curry brand fan or a De'Aaron Fox fan and you want to pick up a pair of these, yeah, go for it. Just know that this does perform like every other shoe that has full length flow. If you all did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link down in the description box for you. If you do end up purchasing through that link, it does help me out directly. So that would be very, very much appreciated. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, leave a comment, smash the thumbs up button for me. It really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.